interview with Olivia from Coldstream Clear. So today, for our agenda, we'll be going through who Coldstream Clear actually is. We'll be going over the class material that was intertwined with this, this chat that I had, as well as some personal learnings as well. So, Coldstream story. So, their first, I guess, entrepreneurial venture really started from their parents. So, Olivia and Riley's dad, who lived on Coldstream Lane, they used to sell bottled water using this Coldstream water. And essentially they sold it out to places in Colchester and places around because this quality was just simply superior. So I think this entrepreneurial drive really developed from their parents and kind of was distilled onto all three of their children. Next up in the story was Riley Giffen. He went to Dalhousie for chemical engineering, and he learned enough about distilling, and he actually started producing his own products for friends and family with a really great response. And then thirdly, there was legislation that made it a little bit easier for smaller distillers to get into the market. And so there was favorable market conditions that made this really possible. And he actually started to sell in NSLC at this time. The fourth one is that they opened their first store in 2016 in Stewiacke and actually were the first vodka soda in Atlantic Canada. And then fifth was based on Olivia and Liam's background, which is the two other siblings. It made sense for them to come into this business. So Olivia, who I spoke to, was finishing up her degree in marketing, and Liam's background, which is engineering with a little bit of supply chain, came to work for their brother's little venture at this time. And then today, they employ over 150 people, and they shelve over 28 products, including liquors. And yes, the entire family is working in this still. So looking at the organization, we can see that Riley, who's on the far right of this photo, he is the CEO. And then we have the rest of the family that is doing their own specific parts. So Olivia, who I spoke with, she is the head of marketing and sales and customer support. So she does everything that's really client facing. The dad is more so on the spirits team and really looks after the water that is being used in this. The mom, she was a CPA and she's an accountant, so she leads the accounting team. And then Liam, with his background, he does the production and supply chain for this. And let's bring this back to the class concept. So how does this family exert control? So they do it in two ways: via ownership, because all of them own this company together, and for secondly, management, because all the top roles of management are controlled by the family. So looking at the developmental model, we can see on the business axis, they're definitely in the expansion and formalization stage. We can see those two cans, those are brand new ones that just came out this year, and they're really in the growth phase, trying to be Canada-wide. Looking at the family dimension, they are certainly in the working together phase. They've been working together since 2016, so it's almost going on 10 years very soon. And then finally, with the ownership axis, it's sibling partnership, because all of the siblings have a stake in this company, as well as the parents, which will be leaving soon. Quotes. Some of the quotes that kind of stuck out to me throughout the time. There's three. It was, "The sky's the limit. Yes first, figure out the details later. And innovation is something that we value highly and is always top of mind here." So coming back to the class concept, this really comes down to the family values. Again, from their parents that had the water bottle company, it really showed them this entrepreneurial values that they should keep. And they have really worked on throughout their business. The next one's the quotes. And this kind of goes along with the class concept of post typologies, just to see that this is definitely a family first business and that they want to keep this legacy going on. So first one, we've always been very tight knit. And we definitely all live close together, work together, hang out on the weekends, have fun together, and go on vacation. Some people don't even think it's possible. And the second one is our intention is to keep it as family business for as long as possible. And finally, on the website, we are proud to welcome Canadians from east to west, not only to the culture and community, but to our extended family. So it really shows this family first typology is being upheld. And looking at resolving conflict, which is another class concept that we went over, I asked Olivia, what do you guys do in order to mitigate some risks between everyone involved so that you don't get into too many arguments? And she kind of left me with these 4 statements. So one of them is really understanding the risk tolerances between generations. So of course they're all in their 20s, and their parents are more so leaning to their end of their career and they're almost ready to retire. So just really understanding where everyone is coming from is a major perspective. At tastings, definitely everyone must give their own opinion. So essentially this bigger pool of perspective is always better, and saying nothing is honestly worse. And then each person owns their own business line. So as we can tell, every person had their own specific unit. And then this made people not clash over with each other. And then during decisions, really keep in mind that whatever you are doing ultimately will be right for the company. Finally, what did I learn? It's definitely to think ahead to succession planning. I know they are already getting ready to pass on the baton from the parents onto the extended roles to those 3. The second one is innovation is definitely a critical success factor. Not only were they the first vodka soda, they were one of the first bagged vodka sodas as well. So definitely innovation is top of mind of everything that they do. And definitely whatever happened in family business, this is what you want to put at top of mind at all times. In family business, most of the time you'll be putting 150% effort to provide for the family and for your staff who rely on you. So that is something that I definitely realized more in talking to her, that she really works hard in order to provide for this family and for everyone in their kind of extended family. And finally, find what life, work, and family model works for you. So many people will say that the time that they spend together is absolutely ridiculous. No one should ever spend that much time together, but that's what works for them. So maybe we shouldn't really go by the book for how much time we should really spend together and how we should place different things in different categories. Essentially just find what works for you and roll with that. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. So thank you very much.